Hello students, today we are going to discuss class 7 science chapter number 3 animal fibers. In the previous video I had explained you about that in which states the fine wool are being means the breeds of woolen, or I can tell you the name of the breed where it is being used and where it is found. In that table I had explained you about some of the wool breed like Marwari, Nali, Bhakarwal and many more. In this video I am going to explain you about, first of all, how many of you like branded clothes? Branded means like Jockey, Reebok. Nowadays you will see Nike. There are many more brands which we like. But have you ever thought that how these clothes become brand? Means anything do not become brand at once only. If I talk about anything, have you heard about the Peter England? Whenever you are going to buy a shirt, and if you are buying a Peter England shirt, then remember, dear student, that time you really feel, yes, I am wearing branded clothes. Similarly, if I talk about selective breeding, what is selective breeding? Selective breeding is a method that has been practiced for many hundred of years to get plants or animals with the desired characteristic. I had talked about you the brand. Brand doesn't become at once. Either if you are using Apple iPhone, right? Apple iPhone has not become once in the world, yeah, the best phone, iOS operating system is Apple. No, they have mentioned about the desired characteristics. What does the mean of desired characteristics? Desired means the best facility. Means they understand that which type of characteristics should be there. Similarly, if I talk about the breeding of sheep's wool or the rearing of sheep's wool, then we have to understand about the selective breeding. Selective breeding is a method that has been practiced for many hundred of years to get plants or animals with the desired characteristics. So this is a method by which if you want a good characteristics plant also, then also you have to work for it. You have to make it, can't become in one day. You have to practice for many hundreds of years. Then you will understand, yeah, this is the method by which we have got the desired characteristics of this plant or of this animal. Got it? Similarly, if I talk about some of the plants, this is the method of two plants or animals. This is the method of two plants or animals with a specific characteristics are selected to produce offspring. For example, wild sheep have two types of hair on their bodies: coarse long hair and shorter near the skin. Selective breeding is done to get sheep with a long soft hair. See, there are different type of ships. There are many ships which are living in the tropical forest or rainforest. So there are wild sheep also. If I talk about the wild sheep have two types of wool on their body. One wool is very coarse, means when you will touch, while touching only you will feel, yeah, it's not good, it's coarse. And somewhere in their body they are having soft wool also. So both the wool are specially being made for different purpose. So remember, dear student, in all over the India there are some of the states where this type of wools are being found. I want to tell you, in India, sheep are specially being reared in some of the states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Jammu Kashmir, Haryana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Uttaranchal, and many more states. But the bulk of wool that is being produced in India is coarse. Means all the wool are not soft, and whatever the wool amount is coming for making the productions of woolen garments, that are coarse, that are not soft wool. Okay, so if they are not soft wool, then if they are coming in the form of coarse wool, then there are some methods, there are some processes by which this coarse wool are first of all being passed through that stage, and after then that wool is being used for woolen garments. Are you understanding what I want to see? First of all, understand the desired characteristics of the wool. Whatever the wool we are getting in India, that is coarse wool. Coarse wool is not good for woolen clothes. So first of all, this coarse wool are being passed through some stage. So if they are being passed through some stage, then this wool are especially being used in different parts of India, in different countries of India, and not different countries, sorry, different states in India, and this wool are being specially passed in other countries also. Okay, so remember, this wool has to be passed through many states, and if they are being passed through many states, then definitely this coarse wool will be able to use as a woolen garment. Got it? So in the previous video I had explained you about the table. In the table I have written the name of the breeds, uses of that breeds, and as the name of the breed you may have seen Bakarwal, Nali, Marwari and many more woolen breeds. After then, uses of the wool, where that wool are being used. Either they are being used in making carpets, or being used in making shawls, or being used to make hosiery items and many more. And after then, in the last bracket I had informed you about that where they are being found. So here, before going towards the new topic, let's start about the production of wool. What is the meaning of production? Have you heard the word production? Production, after production, when we get dispatched, then that item is being ready. In which country, how many means woolen garments are being produced. So how this production method are being used. So first of all, the hair of the animal that we get wool has to pass through many stages before it can be used to make woolen garments. As already I had explained you about that how these woolen garments are being made. So before making the woolen garments, the hair of the animals that we get, wool has to be passed through many stages. Means if they are not being passed through many stages, then that wool will not be able to use. Okay, so what are the process? The process of making woolen garments from sheep fleece are: first process is shearing, second process is scouring, third process is grading, fourth process is carding, fifth process is spinning, sixth process is dyeing, and the seventh process is knitting. So these are the few stages by which the wool, or you can say coarse wool, are being passed to get woolen garments. I hope all of you have understood about this video. First of all, either take a screenshot or write these definitions, because these things you are going to get in homework. So remember that this thing you have to write it, and you can take a screenshot also for writing question answers. That time it will be very beneficial. Otherwise, if you want to write in your notebook, and you can write this thing in your notebook also. You can write it. I hope all of you have written that five process name. The five process name were shearing, scouring, grading, carding, spinning, and after that the two process dyeing and knitting. Actually, why I had informed you about this process? Because you should know that after rearing the sheep, means after collecting the wool from the sheep's body, what should we do, right? So these five processes there. I will explain you. Before that, you should read about this. Shearing means the removal of fleece or hair from the sheep's body is called shearing. The removal of fleece, or hair from the sheep's body is called, what is called? Shearing. So while as I explain you, the time you can write also, and remember whatever I am explaining you, keep this thing very, very memorizable or memorable in your mind. So whenever you get a question answers related to that, so you will be able to understand. So what is shearing? Shearing means the removal of the fleece or hair from the sheep's body is called shearing. The removal of the fleece or hair from the sheep's body is called shearing. Now the main thing, how we will remove. As you are removing from the ship's body, it's very easy, but how you will remove and what are the process of removing? So I want to tell you something about that. This can be done by using large razors. You know very well, when a human being get a long beard, so they remove this long beard with the help of a razor, right? Razor they are. Similarly, as we want to remove the fleece of a ship body, so we can use either a razor or a clipper, or nowadays it is being used machines. Nowadays machines are being used. You may have seen that whenever you are going to salon, so the barbers are removing your hair with the help of a machine. Similarly, there are now lots of machine has been invented to remove the fleece from the ship's body. The process should be carried out without hurting the ship. Shearing is normally done twice in a year, but in some area as it is being thrice in a year. What I want to say is that whenever the fleece of a ship is being removed, the hair of the ship is being removed, that time we must take care that the ships are not being hurt. You may have seen when the barber is removing your hair, that time is very alert because he understands if anywhere hurts you, so he will be punished. But ships is he can't tell you or she can't tell you that he or she is getting pain. So remember, whenever the person which is doing the shearing, he must be very alert that they should not get hurt, and it can be removed with the help of razor, clippers, or modern technical machines, right? After then, in some of the parts is being this shearing process is done thrice in a year, but generally wherever the ships are being found, especially twice in a year. Twice in a year means two times in a year. There, as for example, you can see whenever you are going to salon, so after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, especially you have to go, right? So similarly, in a whole year, the ship's body are being sheared, especially twice in a year. But some parts of the India, their hair grows very fastly, so they have to remove thrice in a year. Second is scouring. Scouring, the process of washing the sheared fleece with the soap and water to remove dust, dirt, and grease is known as scouring. Means, first of all, you may have seen as you have cut your hair. After cutting your hair, what you do? You come at your home, you put shampoo to remove the cut parts of the hair. But have you ever thought about the ships? Because these ships are specially going to graze the grass into the big forest, there are lots of dusts are there. So whenever they come on the road, this dust when come in the contact of moisture, they become grease. So lots of dust, dirt and grease are present on their body. So as after scouring means after removing the fleece, that fleece should be washed, right? And how it will be washed? With the help of soap, shampoo and many more things. So that process is called scouring. The process of washing the sheared fleece with the soap and water to remove dust, dirt and grease is known as scouring. Got it? Now the third point is grading. Very important point. Means which type of wool is this? Which type of fleece is this? That it should be separated. As for example, you will see some of the persons are having very long hair, where some of the persons are having very short hairs also. Then also they go to the salon to cut their hair. Similarly, if we talk about the grading of the ship's wool, then we have to separate the fleece based on the quality of the fibers. Which type of quality is present on that reared or sheared fleece? So it should be separated. The process of separating the fleece based on the quality of the fiber is called grading. Means it should be separated. The wool from the shoulders and sides of the ship are being used for the best quality and are generally used to make clothing, and the wool from the hind legs of the ship is used to make carpets and rugs. The soft fluffy fibers are called birds and removed. See, as I have told you, grading each and every part of the ship's body, fleece are not same, the length are not same. So whenever we talk about shoulder and sides, shoulder and sides. So that ships are the best quality and especially being used to make clothing. But if we talk about nearby the hind legs of the ship, so that are not being used to make clothing, they are being used to make the carpets and rugs. They are having soft and fluffy that fleece, so they are called bulls. See, each and every part hair length is not same and quality is also not same, so this quality must be separated. As for example, they are nearby shoulders, so that fleece should be removed and separated at one place. And similarly, whenever we talk about the hind legs, so that fleece should be separated and it should be at one place. So all the fleece should not be mixed, it should be separated, and the quality must be used for the different purposes. Next point is our carding. The washed and graded wool is straightened and passed through a machine to spun the yarn. What happens, especially as we have done the process called grading. Grading means we have taken the small fleece, big fleece, and we have separated. We know about that where it should be used. Now, what we have to do, we have to make straight, because they are curly hairs they are having, right? Ship's fleece are curly. So if we talk about the carding process, the washed and graded wool is straightened and passed through a machine. The washed and graded wool is straightened and passed through a machine. The machine lays the fibers parallel to each other so that they can be easily spun into yarn. Residual dirt and other metals sticking to the fibers are removed in this stage. What happens especially in the carding process? The hairs are being straight and all those particles are being removed, and after removing, so the hairs can be straight and it can be converted into yarn to spun it to make the straighten. If any dust is still remaining on that fleece, so it should be removed. Next one is spinning. The clean fibers are spun into a long thread called yarn. Means now we are going to make a thread. Spinning means the clean fibers are spun into a long thread called yarn, and it can be done by using machines. In olden days it was being done by charkha, but nowadays it can be done by using modern technical machines. So the clean fibers that are spun into a long thread called yarn, and this can be done either by hand, means charkha, or by machines. Next one is dyeing. Dyeing means what? Coloring. The process of adding color to the fiber is called dyeing. The process of adding color to the fiber, yarns and fabric, wherever we are adding the color. The process of adding color to fiber, fabrics and yarn is called dyeing. The fibers are dyed into any desired color. Whatever the desired color you require, it can be dyed in any color. Okay? And wool can be dyed at any stage. It is not necessary that it should be dyed at shearing, scouring, grading or carding or spinning. It can be dyed at any stage. The process, especially whenever we are adding color to the fiber, fabrics or yarn, is called dyeing. Last but not the least, knitting. The preferred methods to make woolen yarn into the cloth is called knitting. Means especially once the wool is preferred and now we are going to make clothes from the yarn, so that process is called knitting. This can be done by knotting loops of woolen yarn using knitting needles or by using a knitting machine. You may have seen at home your granny or grandma are making woolen sweaters, so it can be done by making with the help of hands and needle also, but nowadays generally we wear ready-made sweaters, so this can be done by machine also. So this was our next part of the chapter number 3 video. I hope all of you have understand about this all the process. If you have not understand about the process, please drop your doubt into the comment box section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, so if any of your friends have not seen the video, so they can also see and they can also get good knowledge. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.